Time travel has been a heated topic for centuries, with some theories rejecting it and others supporting it. Every individual has their own viewpoint on this subject. Some believe it's possible, others reject it, and some simply remain indifferent to the topic. The internet is filled with a wide range of stories, from unbelievable rumors to baffling real-life events. Yet, the fundamental query persists: does time travel truly exist? We'll leave that determination to you, as we present some of the most intriguing occurrences purported to involve time travelers. Let's begin. Number 1. John Titor. Let's delve into the enigmatic world of John Titor, a figure who emerged in the digital landscape around the turn of the millennium, leaving behind a trail of intrigue and uncertainty. You might recognize his name from the iconic Japanese anime and visual novel series Steins Gate. The story began in 2000 when a post was uploaded to an online bulletin board by a user named John Titor. The user claimed he was from the year 2036 and was on a military mission. In his post, John offered numerous forecasts about the future. These included his prediction of a US Civil War in 2008 and a nuclear conflict referred to as World War III in 2015. According to him, the hypothetical conflict was expected to result in the tragic loss of 3 billion lives. The world's destructive incidents obviously didn't occur, making his story not so believable. Nonetheless, there's an intriguing aspect to his narrative that doesn't quite classify him as a hoax. This peculiarity lies in the detailed blueprints of a time machine he openly shared on the internet, accompanied by other images that appear far too elaborate to be mere creations for amusement. His story is still discussed whenever time travel appears in a discussion, because of his weird appearance and sudden disappearance. We're talking about time travel here, so we should remember that multiple realities can exist. Maybe his prediction didn't come true because Titor exposed them beforehand. And what we said just now was also what Titor predicted. According to him, he might have created a different timeline due to his intervention, and things might not have occurred as he described. His story received criticism, and several were suspected of being behind creating this hoax, such as Larry Haber and his brother John Rick Haber, a computer scientist in Florida, who were concluded to be the creators of John Titor. But none of the claims were ever 100% confirmed, and his story remains a mystery. Who knows, maybe John Titor just saved us from the devastating end of the world, or maybe he was a hoax. We'll let you decide that, but there's no doubt that a video about time travel is incomplete without discussing John Titor. Number 2. Time-traveling hipster. Next up, we have another time-traveling incident that sparked a major discussion on the internet. We're delving into the intriguing tale of the time-traveling hipster captured in the 1941 photograph. This photograph stands as a testament to authenticity, untarnished by any form of editing, and the enigmatic man within, seemingly plucked from a different era, is undoubtedly a genuine presence. The photo is confirmed to have been taken in 1941 during the reopening of the South Fork Bridge in British Columbia. Now, those were old times, right? However, the gentleman standing amidst the crowd appears strikingly out of place, primarily due to his attire, but also notably because of the camera he's holding. Can you spot it? All the people around him are well suited like they did back in the 1900s. A very common outfit during that time. Still, the man in the middle is wearing something similar to a modern-day t-shirt, sporting stylish sunglasses and clutching a remarkably petite camera resembling those in use today. Just so you know, back then the cameras were notably bulky, in stark contrast to the one he's currently holding in the photograph. Every aspect of the picture seemed odd. Maybe it was John Titor who went on a trip, and somebody snapped a photo of him. All jokes aside, the photograph is undoubtedly crucial evidence to prove that time traveling might be possible. What makes the photograph so believable is that there's still no solid evidence about who this man in the image was. Number 3. Victor Goddard's time slip. The story comes from Air Marshal Sir Robert Victor Goddard, who claimed to have seen the future on one of his flights. When flying towards his home base in Andover, England, Sir Victor shared a very eerie paranormal story. He started his journey from Edinburgh, Scotland, and chose a Drem route. On his journey, Victor flew over an abandoned derelict airship near Drem built back in World War I. From above, he saw an abandoned building which was being used by the farmers at the time. Suddenly, his plane got caught up in a weird storm of brownish-yellow clouds, which caused him to lose control of the plane momentarily. Victor was able to pass through the clouds, but what he sees afterwards is where things get eerie. The building that was abandoned a second ago was now a fully functioning airbase back in business. The base had 4 ready planes painted yellow, which was never used on RAF planes in 1935. He said that he saw 3 familiar planes and 1 foreign plane, and that aircraft was a monoplane, which RAF didn't have back in 1935. He even saw a few mechanics on the ground wearing blue uniforms, different from the usual brown uniform. While Victor was witnessing this weird incident, the yellow storm struck again, and this time he returned to his original timeline with the same old abandoned building. Now, here's the interesting part. Later in 1939, everything that Victor saw that day became a reality. The base that was abandoned was officially reopened and was back in business. RAF painted their planes yellow and even got a monoplane on the base. The mechanics wore blue uniforms, exactly how Victor described them. Some say that Victor experienced a time slip, in which a person travels through different timelines without using a time machine. In Victor's time slip, he traveled from 1935 to 1939 and saw the possible future of the airbase. Whether Victor's experience was a vivid hallucination or an encounter with a time slip, one irrefutable truth persists. He unquestionably beheld glimpses of the future. There's a possibility that it was all a fabrication, as soldiers in that area were known to invent supernatural tales for their own amusement. On the other hand, it's entirely plausible that Sir Robert Victor Goddard could have been a time traveler. His claims were entirely his own, so only he could confirm whether it was a lie or a reality. Number 4. The Time Surfer. It seems pictures from the past hold secrets. Over the course of many years, a number of photographs have emerged, featuring individuals who seem oddly out of place within the specific historical era in which the pictures were taken. One such remarkable image features the enigmatic time surfer. Much like the famous photograph of the wandering hipster, this image has been authenticated, with no discernible signs of manipulation or editing. Dating back more than a century, at first glance, this photograph appears to be an ordinary snapshot of its time. Yet, upon closer examination, a singular figure stands out, conspicuously defying the fashion norms of the era. While the surrounding individuals are dressed in attire typical of their period, on the left of the image there stands a young man sporting what appears to be a t-shirt and shorts. Notably, his hairstyle is ruffled, mirroring contemporary fashion trends that emerged much later. The emergence of this image sparked widespread intrigue and earned the mysterious individual the moniker of Time Surfer. It begged the question, why would a time traveler casually stroll through history dressed so conspicuously? Wouldn't they be compelled to conceal their true origins and blend in with the prevailing fashion? This enigma may challenge some theories, but it's not the only instance of a time traveler who seems unbothered by the need to conceal their identity. Number 5. Vladimir Putin. Yes, you heard right. It may sound unbelievable, but there's been a significant controversy surrounding none other than Vladimir Putin, suggesting he might be a time traveler. This peculiar story took the internet by storm. A few years back, a series of images surfaced online, all featuring one familiar face, Vladimir Putin himself. What raised eyebrows was that these photographs spanned across various decades. And remarkably, all the individuals in those photographs bore an uncanny resemblance to Putin. These intriguing circumstances prompted two intriguing questions. Is Vladimir Putin a time traveler, or does he possess immortality? Alas, only Putin holds the answers to such enigmatic queries. But who would dare pose such a question? Time travel is a profoundly intricate subject, and it sparks diverse opinions, making it all the more captivating. The internet, books, and even religions harbor numerous unsolved mysteries surrounding time travel, and this topic has been a subject of contemplation for centuries. In the end, our options seem to boil down to either journeying back in time or venturing into the future to unravel these captivating mysteries.